Good evening. Today's video is gonna be kind of quick. I am still trying to find my niche with this whole video recording thing. But anyway, I have been going through the book called Hind's Feet on High Places, and I have the physical copy and I've read it a couple times, but I decided to do the audible.com thing and got a free book, and I was like, I am going to do the Hind's Feet on High Places just because it's been a while that I've read it, and I like to do it at least once a year or read that book once a year. And there's another book I like to read once a year or something, but this book is about, well, it's kind of like an allegorical, it's not kind of an allegorical story. It is an allegorical story. And the main character, her name is Much Afraid. And it basically is just kind of like a story about how she gets from, being much afraid to standing on mountaintops. And there's a person or a character called the Chief Shepherd, and he is, portrayed as God in this whole story. And Much Afraid goes through these seasons and these different things, the deserts, the valleys, and the mountaintops. And all the main character, or all the characters in the story have names like, Valiant, or Craven Fear, or who else? Just different things like that. It's a really great story, and I identify with it, just going through the things that I'm going through. And I am much afraid, much afraid. And it's such a great story, and I'm not gonna ruin it for those who want to read it, but I wasn't able to sleep at all last night, and so I went through the whole audiobook. I think that it was 4 hours or something, 21 chapters, but I love listening to the person that narrates it narrate. I just get a much better picture in my mind. I feel like sometimes I read very monotone. I may not speak it, but anywho. So, and one of the verses that, constantly pops out, and I should have looked this up, but it talks about, perfect love casts out all fear. And there's another verse from Psalm that says, he makes my feet like that of a deer and enables me to stand upon the heights. And I love that verse because, even the mountaintops are tricky sometimes, but God prepares you for what you need to be able to stand on those heights. And, he prepares you every step of the way for every season. And, in the story, the Chief Shepherd is, tells Much Afraid that, he will never be out of call of her. He'll always come to her if she needs him, and it's just a really beautiful story. So I'm going through it again, even though I finished it last night, just because I think it's awesome. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night. We will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, good night.